Working on a bit about it, but like I spend my money on Taylor Swift concerts. Like that's been my thing. I've been to 18 and 15 months.
Does she know this?
She probably does because I talk about it a lot. But because I don't have kids, like
Yes, recent studies suggest people who are obsessed with celebrities are less intelligent. This is the most insane, absurd thing to hear in a long time. Nikki Glaser is comparing the expenses of raising kid with the expenses of watching Taylor Swift concert. Her parents should have chosen a music concert over her. I don't get it yet. This lady had a long podcast with Maher. They sat down to discuss a lot. What she said on this video upset a lot of people on social media. I don't know if you've seen this. Extremely concerning.
working on a bit about it, but like I spend my money on Taylor Swift concerts. Like that's been my thing. I've been to 18 and 15 months.
Does she know this?
She probably does because I talk about it a lot. But I just travel and go see her any chance I have because it's the most fun thing imaginable to me. And it's like I can't really talk about it that much because people are just like, oh, must be nice. You can afford that. And it's like, I can because I don't have kids. Like
Right.
This is way cheaper than having a kid when I'm doing thousands of dollars on this. And yet it's just like, why don't people who have kids ever get comments like, wow, must be nice to have kids? You're flaunting your privilege. It's like,
Well,
it's so strange to me that
I used to do a bit in my old act. I guess maybe women thought it was sexist, but it was like, yeah, the parents who like have twins in the school play, you can get off work. What if I have twins in the hot tub?
I have seen this recently. People that are obsessed with Taylor Swift talk like this. They like to say, I don't have kids, I'm this, I'm that. What is going on? If you remember the day Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala, it is the same talking point. Childless cat ladies trying to go after JD Vance after they misinterpreted this. Mm. At old age, this woman will need someone to help her. Now they don't care. When she will be at that age, she will look for someone struggled throughout life to raise up, to take care of her. Now, she doesn't care about that. I don't know if they even reason. Man buys signs of Taylor Swift guitar for $4,000 and then smashes it with a hammer.
Gang. Now take that, hang up that busted thing.
I'm done. I'm out. I've heard enough. I object on every level I have inside of me to object. If you vote for that as president, then you deserve what you're going to get. I do not deserve it. The people who are going to vote for Trump do not deserve it. It's a calamity how dumb this person is, and that she's been placed in this position by her party, by Fiat, without anybody. There are smart people in the Democrat Party. She's just not one of them. They weren't allowed to run either when he was seeking to be renominated or once he got cooed right out of office. And the vice presidency, not to mention the AG position, probably the Senate position, and certainly the DA position that led to this path in the first place. She's not a smart person. That is on display every time she sits down.
But look at where Kamala Harris is today. She's only leading by 9 points. That would be the worst Democratic performance in a generation. 10 points off the mark of Joe Biden, who of course won 4 years ago, was sort of that union guy, Union Joe, right? Won it by 19 points. She's 10 points off his mark, and the worst in a generation.
That is what they wanted. I believe you've seen that. I was even shocked that CNN had to report this. Now going into her vice president, Tim Walz appears to flip off Michigan college kids shouting Trump 2024 baby at football game. It was insane. I don't know why this man, to me, is weird like this. How can you even do this? Because people disagree with you politically, you have to be doing this. When I watched that video to a certain level, I was asking myself, is it a political candidate? I was shocked.
Back when I was in the full grip of Trump derangement syndrome, the comments that I would make most often about Trump: buffoon, a double S hole, narcissistic, all the different things. It wasn't until I got on TikTok and started seeing Trump unscripted out in the wild, so to speak, doing his talks, doing his rallies, clips of him before he went on camera or after he went on camera. That was the first time I ever had a chance to see Trump when he was just being him. What I was astonished to find is he was a decent human being, even likable, definitely funny, maybe even hilarious. And that's when I really began to realize that there was something to the media creating a narrative and pushing it on everybody. When I saw Trump introduce RFK Jr. at his Arizona rally, I was really struck to the fact that we have been pushed a narrative about Trump. I've seen Trump demonstrate time and time again. He is a decent human being. He loves this country. He has been saying the same thing for decades about what he thinks the problems are in this country. He's never wavered. And I think how he is embracing RFK speaks volumes about his character as a person.
Yes, I just love the fact that people do research and realize who this man is. At a certain point, this lady was taking the BS from the mainstream media, reaching to a certain level that she started suffering from TDS. Now she's free from it. Look at the reactions. Nobody is telling her anything. I believe this same lady will not be able to watch the mainstream media again. But now let's see something on CNN, which is very interesting. I know you hardly watch that. Take a look at this clip.
Trump 2024, baby!
Walz is a buffoon. I'm sorry. This guy, he's the only school teacher in America who brags that none of his students can get into an Ivy League school. He's had one consequential press interaction with our Dana Bash, who asked him about the fabrications in his own resume, and his answer was essentially, me no understand words good. I mean, he's a buffoon. He's on a free ride for running under Harris. He gets very little press. They don't let him talk to the press for a reason. I want one thing out of this debate. I want JD Vance to go out there and get under his skin. He has legendary hot, short temper. A lot of governors do, but apparently he does. I want JD Vance to go out there and have him explain why he is denigrating JD Vance's story. Small town America ends up making something better out of his life, which is something we should want for every kid.
Yeah, Tim's been a complete disaster in Minnesota, and what's happened is he's so good at being this folksy, nice, kind of down-to-earth guy until people get to know him and his policies. I don't know if you know this, but his old congressional district, where he played this character for several years of being kind of a folksy, ag-friendly outdoorsman, he lost it in both of his gubernatorial races. In the last one, almost by 10 points. He's not well liked because once you get to know the real Tim Walz, he's like Gavin Newsom in a flannel shirt.
Yes, I believe you've seen that clip, how he put this finger up. This is someone Taylor Swift was impressed with. Taylor Swift said, I'm endorsing Kamala because of this man. Childless cat ladies, things like this. Look at this. I'm just impressed that even CNN is now trashing him like never before. Scott did a good job calling him out for who he is. At a certain point, when I look at him and this attitude, the way he usually appears on stage, behaving, laughing, it doesn't look to me like it's not presidential. That is just what I notice. I don't know about you. What do you think about this clip? Can a person like this be doing this? He should not be putting his fingers, the middle fingers, to students because they are saying Trump 2024. I've seen cases where a presidential candidate will face this, they will just ignore and continue. You are not supposed to do that. Do you know how many people sitting with these children will just change their mind after seeing this video?
What's the first word that pops into your head when you hear the name Kamala Harris?
Liar. It'd be good for us to have a black woman as president for the first time in history.
Yeah.
But my vote's kind of still on Trump.
It's exciting.
Okay, so
Support a racist is problematic.
Voting Donald Trump, baby. Taylor Swift matters. Does she matter to you?
Well, she comes out.
But I don't think most Americans would.
Trump.
I don't care if they write that. It was right, and you guys, I need to be on the right side of history.
So, with that, I'm going to shake it off. And I'm done with you.
Of them, it's like 73% said they're voting for Trump.
Okay, yeah.
Kamala. Oh, wait, she went for the handshake. Display of the upward.
Like, we shouldn't demean Trump supporters. We shouldn't call them names.
Trump has come in the spin room, just so you know. That has happened.
Newly reported by NBC News, Vice President Kamala Harris has spoken recently and repeatedly with former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
You really want Trump to lose this election, right? No, you don't?
So you have to have a controlled border, a secure border.
Please register to vote for something else that's very important coming up.
Look at this. She's only up by 15 points.
God, Taylor Swift, as though I have that power.